Welcome to Geektopia, and I'm ashamed of the name today. I truly, truly am. Explain why in just a short while. I want to introduce to this discussion we're having. We got Hadis the Goddess, Aaron, Grumpy Carvin J being safe with his mask on because you might catch COVID over the internet. Prateep Naidu, let's hope your internet holds up. And finally, the Chief Jantan himself. Now, this is GeekSquad, where we discuss something which we've all agreed to watch. Now, why am I ashamed of the name Geektopia? Well, ignore the geek part. Focus on the Topia part, because the movie we watched was Zombitopia. And good God, is all I can say. It was recommended by our friend Puppy Zach. And to quote Game of Thrones, shame. Oh, Zach, why?
Look, hey, guys, this is all part and parcel of all the whole entire movie making business, okay? You're going to get the greats. You're gonna get the bad, and you're gonna get the butt ugly.
Yeah, but we're not in like the film rating business or something. We don't need to watch every movie out there. We watch one a week. That's all we allocate for ourselves. And you recommended a steaming pile of turd.
Yeah, hey, careful.
What was the reason?
You see?
Look, the reason is because I wanted you guys to see, to feel
pain.
Yes, the pain that I went, like, as a fellow filmmaker, person in production, you know, we want to root for our homegrown movie, you know, and then when we try to break the mold from the normal, like, oh, do rom-com only, oh, do only movie about, like, you know, I rape you and then you become my wife and then we live happily ever after. All right, so when we try to break it, we want to support. So when we got into the zombie genre, I was like, yeah, Malaysian zombie genre. But then...
But why? Why do you have to share the pain? Does Carvin J share the pain of having a baby with you and being crapped on every time you change the nappy?
I needed somebody to share this with, because I cannot be the only one start telling you, hey, I can't... It's different when I say, hey, Adam, you know, this movie really, really is bad, right? Really bad. No, you got... But you're like... Yeah, okay, you're really bad, but you don't know to what degree it's bad. So now that you watched it,
I agree. I understand where Zach is coming from. When you have like mee goreng or something and it's really bad, and you're like, oh, this is bad. Then you give it to your friend, and oh yeah, this is bad, and then give it to another friend, like, yeah, it is bad. You know, but
you don't know. You don't need the whole village to tell you it's bad.
That's sadomasochism. That's what it is. You just enjoy inflicting pain.
It's validation. It's validation that I'm not the crazy one here, you know?
Dude, the internet was awash with it. When Disney Plus Hotstar launched, a lot of Malaysians decided to watch it because one of the redeeming qualities of the movie is the cast. Certain members of the cast are pretty good actors. Oh, you've disappeared.
Yes, they're great actors.
Yes. So people watched it, right? And then they were just, oh, this is terrible. This is really, 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 really shit. Anyway, let's discuss... what's so bad about it? Let's start with the man who usually says a lot, Mr. Carvin J.
Wait.
Yeah.
Let's not start with the bad stuff, because you know it covers a whole. But let's start with the good stuff.
I said the good stuff. The actors. That's it.
That's it. That was the only thing good about it. The fact that Bron Polaria was in it, Sharifah Armani was in it. Look, it was a great film casting.
Yeah.
That's it. Because I don't think the cast knew what the hell was happening. I don't think anybody knew what the hell was happening, because at the end of the day, even the kid did well, actually. But yeah, where do I start with what's wrong with this film? It's just so many things happening with not enough exposition, not enough explanation of what the hell is going on, because there's so many things that doesn't tie up. Like, you know, you got zombies that turn instantly, and then there's zombies that are, you know, completely intelligible. There are zombies that are completely not intelligible. There are zombies that know what the hell is going on. They suddenly like, oh yeah, can have a family together, eat mutton, or, you know, the raw mutton. But then you got zombies who bloody, you know, just ravage through people. What the heck? At least explain a little bit why. Explain why is there a freaking dinosaur? That whole thing was as pointless as Zach's filter right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Zach teased us by saying he was in the movie. What he meant was he is the dinosaur. That was Zach's attempt at a humor.
There's one more good thing about the movie. They didn't just use any dinosaur. They used this one, which is a proper Jurassic dinosaur, not the ones in Jurassic Park, which are not from the Jurassic time. This one was actually from a Jurassic time and an actual proper dinosaur rather than, just simply throwing in a T-Rex.
I think they spent all their money on the actor's budget and the dinosaur, and I think that's why everything else in the movie looked terrible.
Yes. And how do you kill a dinosaur? You drop a bridge on it.
Yeah, I want to know what was said to the actors to convince them to sign on board, because they're really good actors. I mean,
here's your paycheck.
But usually, like Sharifa Amani, she must have been tricked because usually she QCs what she chooses to film, right? Bront Palare as well. I mean, the guy is recognized not just in Malaysia but like in Indonesia and the Philippines. What was said to them? I know it's shot like 5 years ago. There's probably a reason why it's taken so long to come out. I know it was supposed to be due out last year, but the pandemic happened, so it's come out online instead. But that was still a 4-year wait. The film didn't make sense. Apparently, our lead actor is Wolverine. Because every time he gets bitten here and here, the next scene, there's no wounds. It's just disappeared.
Yeah.
When he gets jumped on by a bunch of zombies on the bridge, right? He hurts his ribs, even though they're all biting his neck. And he's wearing like the bandages around his ribs. That's what hurts.
Shahizi Sam. Yeah,
Shahizi Sam. I just, what?
And his fingers doesn't work because he couldn't roll up the window.
Yes. And nor could Hassan. So they are well off from seeing the zombies on the bridge, right? And they're driving towards them. And neither of them thought, let's wind up the windows. No, cannot. And that was
petrol.
Yeah, and that wasn't in their old car. That was in their new car, which have electric windows.
The petrol is a commodity, okay? You have to save petrol. You roll down the windows, you
don't use aircon.
Don't use aircon as well. Open the sunroof or something. I don't know. It's just, oh my God. There were so many discrepancies in this movie.
Also, funny Adam mentioned Wolverine, because this, like, in the theme of Marvel, this movie had a post-credit scene.
I didn't bother to stay on. What was
it?
It
was basically Dr. Hassan driving away and then smiling at the camera with, like, the
Dr.
antidote.
Dr. Rahman, you mean?
Rahman.
Dr. Rahman.
Yeah.
The antidote at the back of the car.
Oh, they're not. They're hoping for a sequel.
Yeah, they already planned for a sequel, bro.
Hadis, let me try and give a positive spin to this. Who was your favorite actor in the movie?
Okay, the favorite actor, when I start watching it, I have watched very little like Malaysian movies. But I remember in 2019, I watched Motif, that Sharifa Amani was in it. And I found that was a nice local film. Zach, Puppy Zach. Yes. Yeah, he disappeared. That was a good local film if you wanted to, recommend it. But this one, I'm really, 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 really disappointed. And I don't want to say anything to offend anybody, but like it was really bad. So for me, like the actress and actresses were really good. I think they did the best.
Yeah, I've my favorite was Bront Palare. I think the guy is superb. Like he looked like he stepped off a Hollywood movie as a bad guy. He was so good. Sharifa Amani is good in everything that she does since we literally saw her grow up starring in Yasmin Ahmad films way back, probably before you got to the country. Can't remember the year they came out, but yeah, she's outstanding. Shahizi Sam is one of Malaysia's premier action stars now. What about yourself, Aaron? Were there any redeeming qualities whatsoever to this movie? And if not, what was your biggest gripe with the film?
I think Kavin just said it. Why the hell you put a dinosaur in a zombie movie? It doesn't make bloody sense.
It's like the Army of the Dead and the Tiger. And this is like...
No. Tiger is a reason because it's in the scenario. I mean, imagine like the infectious went into the tiger, but this is like a prehistoric dinosaur.
Non-existent.
So, was it like a zombie dinosaur or a regular dinosaur?
It's supposed to be a zombie dinosaur.
The director, it's a zombie dinosaur. There was no mention in the film at all.
No. It's a complete normal dinosaur. The way I look at it.
Yes.
If it's a zombie dinosaur, you have like I don't know, you can see the skull coming out or something like that. That would make more sense, right?
Like how the tiger was. Like the tiger was convincing.
The tiger makes sense because it was in Las Vegas and they have tigers on show there.
It was one of
Siegfried and Roy.
Roy's.
Yeah, Siegfried and Roy, in fact, attacked one of them as well. So they've always been part of the tradition of Las Vegas. But nowhere in society, in the current world, does a dinosaur just walk around,
Yeah, and what is the motivation of the bad guy? What is the motivation of Dr. Rahman? Did he cause the virus? We don't know. Why was he ostracized? We don't know.
Yeah, exactly. There's too many loopholes.
one individual that likes to point out filmmaking mistakes. But if Chief Jantan was to do that right here, right now, and I was thinking of taking notes, but I was like, I'm in bed and I can't be asked because there's too many. And I know it'll take too long for you, Chief Jantan, to do that. So share your thoughts. You've been very quiet so far.
This is going to be a long one, guys.
That's what she said. But go on.
Ooh, yeah.
Very stretched.
When there's a local film coming out, I mean, I want to celebrate it. I want to support it. I want it to do well. I really do want it to do well because our film industry is so behind. The problems we keep saying is like, not enough money, not enough support. Our film viewers, we are not to that level yet, of appreciation yet. But then you release something like this.
Yeah.
This movie definitely, they have a budget. They do have a budget if they can create a dinosaur and all kinds of stuff. So the excuse of having no budget, that went out the window. There is some decent budget to it. Of course, not Hollywood level, but there is some budget to this. But then you spoil it by having a bad storyline and bad story flow.
Yeah.
It felt like many different scenes put together into one movie. There's no flow to it. What is Shahizi Sam's background? Suddenly we see him in his house, his family got attacked, and then next thing you know, he's
orphanage.
Here, and then suddenly orphanage. So it's like there's a disconnect there. Like, when did he go to the orphanage? What's his relationship with this girl? Why don't you develop that relationship with the girl, right? Develop it more. Give us a reason to see why this will become such a big thing at the end. What's the point of Hassan? How did you introduce Hassan? We didn't know what he was, who he was. What's the point? If you take him out of the movie, it made no difference. You want us to care about this guy, and he does this one stupid thing where you guys could have escaped the zombies. He decided to stay back and fight all of them. Right? And
then he comes back. But then he comes back.
You could have taken all this time to build a background for this love story that you want to do. Another thing, if you want to create a story that makes no sense, like all just kill zombies, zombie dinosaurs coming out, all that kind of stuff, then go that direction all the way. Become this one of these Sharknado kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Go all the way.
Over the top. Really OTT.
Don't take yourself so seriously. Oh, I want to create a love story. I want to create, this human thing. They have all these motivations or whatever, and then have a dinosaur come out at the end. choose, right? Choose. You want to do this human story? Go all the way towards that. There's a zombie apocalypse, but at the same time, we have all this human connection, human direction. Go that direction. Then I support you. But you have this. I mean, going back to my point about Malaysian movies is there are some good ones, right? And we are always complaining like, it's very hard to find budget for it. It's very hard to find money for it. It's very hard for us to break into the international scene. Movies like this make it even harder. If you want to do better for the Malaysian cinema scene, make better movies. Make the most out of the budget that you get. Don't release something like this and then you bring us back another 10 years.
Yep, agreed.
It's I heard his interview with Umar, and
that was the best interview ever, guys.
Okay, wait. I want you guys to explain the interview for those who haven't seen it, like myself, or rather listen to it. Because just to top up on what you're saying, a big budget doesn't make a good movie. A good script and filmmaking make a good movie. A big budget is an added bonus.
Correct. And I want to add, like, okay, fine, Hollywood, they do make bad movies also.
Yeah.
But they can afford to. They can afford to. We cannot. People are already looking at Malaysian cinema and like, we don't want to watch this. The regional guys don't want to watch things that come out from Malaysia. And when you release things like this, that doesn't help the image of Malaysian cinema. That's not, right? So again, I agree with you guys. I don't know what he said to the actors to convince them to be part of the show. I mean, the director has experience in a lot of film festivals and stuff like that previously. So maybe it's a hit and a miss for this one. But there are a lot of things in the movie itself that I feel like if you're a storyteller, you didn't do a good job at all in this movie.
Yeah.
You think you want us to assume things like, this the Hassan, he can actually heal himself. He's a very fast healing guy. Explain it. Say something. Tell us.
He's Wolverine.
Yeah. Tell us. I understand with Malaysian cinema, we expect certain things to happen, like bad graphics, bad CGI. We understand. We don't mind if it happens, like the helicopter thing bursting and exploding in the beginning. We understand. That's fine. we get that, but make your story good. Where did that girl come from? Suddenly she's there biting him in the museum.
Yeah,
Before that, where was she?
just like that.
Yeah, just like that, she appears and suddenly, oh, she knew him, and then suddenly she's a zombie that can feel or can come back. Come on, man.
Even that part where Rahman walks through with two of his guards, but no zombies want to attack them.
Correct. And his guys have no guns, whatever.
Yeah,
They just
yeah.
walk in.
And then there was just so many silly mistakes, like when his daughter was on the gurney and they're giving her the antidote,
Yes.
and you can hear the heartbeat. There's nothing hooked up to her. How
No.
are you supposed to hear the heartbeat?
And
Violence,
speaking,
violence. It's
and
violence.
speaking about the doctor, right? Daughter, before that, when she was in the cage, and
Touching
he was
the hand?
holding her hand, and she
Yes.
turned into that.
And then later on, when he's
And then
in there and nothing happens,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just a nonsensical movie. We could nitpick a whole
Well,
bunch of
well,
things
yeah,
here.
Don't cry, yeah, don't cry.
Ah.
Don't cry. It's okay.
Exact. By the way, you owe me 1.5 hours of my life.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Okay, guys.
Pratik, did you listen to the Goggler? Let's give full credit to them. The Goggler interview with the director.
Yeah, I listened to it like I think during the weekend.
Okay. What do you summarize from it? Like, how did the director, whose name slips my mind for a second, how did he
Ming Jin.
defend his? Yeah, that's it.
I mean,
Ming Jun.
whatever we produce, let's say I produce like my thesis statement that I'm doing now, I'm going to defend it. Like if my lecturer says, oh, you can change this part a bit, in back of my head, I'll be like, actually, no, I like the way I did it. But then like if my thesis statement is like really bad, like out of topic, there's a point of where I even can't defend it. And I do understand when the director is trying to defend his movie, but like all of us have discussed right now, there's just like too many negative things about the movie. I really don't like the movie from the first scene.
Yeah.
Like when the helicopter
Aw,
lands,
okay.
we don't know. We have no context who's in this helicopter, why there guards, why there people like cheering. And then as soon as the helicopter lands, the zombies are, okay, now I bite. Not
Yeah.
during the journey. And then the guy explodes himself.
You know what? Even before that scene, the credits went on for a really long time. The opening credits, like everybody wanted to throw their name into it. Like, we're part of this. Boom, 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 boom. But I bet after they saw it, they're like, no, Kevin, no. Anyway, let's move on. I think we can all agree that no one's going to give this a big rating. So, Zach, since you recommended it, why don't you give your rating first?
Oh, really? What's the lowest one I can give? Like, I have to give a 1?
If you want.
Okay, can I go 0.5?
If you want.
Okay, 0.5.
0.5 for you.
0.5. 0.5, guys.
Pratik
Come on.
Naidu.
I mean, it's like TL said, if you wanted to go the Sharknado way, I would have accepted it more, like the whole ridiculousness. But then they added, like, there were so many elements. There's the crazy zombies, there's the healing zombies, the zombie that you don't get infected people, and then the zombies that are half zombies, half human, but still eat zombie food. Like, you're lost. Yeah.
Okay. Pratik Naidu, what about yourself?
0.2.
Oosh, 0.2.
Hey,
I think
you go 0.2.
we're doing a scale of 0 to 1 today.
Apparently. Why don't you go next, Calvin J?
I mean, apart from the fact that Zach looks like a butt plug, but
What?
In real life and his avatar today.
I'm going to give it a 0.1. I think that's the only way I can. If I can go negative, I'll give it a -1. It's just
Okay.
don't watch lah.
All right.
Oh, okay, wait, sorry. I'd like to withdraw my rating and just change it to 1 because the actors are my friends.
Yeah, I was going to say my rating would be a bit higher. Maybe just because I think Bron Polare was really good as a bad guy in this. I would go 2.5. No, I'll go for 3 because they also had a car where the old car he drives where the gear sticks there. And I've always wanted to drive one of those. I always see it in American films. You know how here we always have the gear stick down here, right?
Yeah.
You always see people driving like that in America, although it'll be on this side. I've always wanted to drive one of those. So I'll give it a 3 for that. And also the actors. Sharifa Amani gets a point. Bron Polare gets a point. And yeah, that's about it. So
It just feels like this movie was just cut and pasted from like Walking Dead. That then there was Iron
Warm
Legend,
Bodies.
and then
Warm Bodies. That's the
Warm
movie.
Bodies, and then just throw. Hey, we need one more movie, guys. We need one more movie. Jurassic Park. Done. All right.
Yes,
let's go.
I saw a
Tea break,
tweet.
tea break today.
I saw a tweet where it said First act, World War Z. Second act, Maze Runner. Third act, Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I think that sums it up.
That's
That sums
good.
it up. And some of the blood
Maze
effects,
Runner.
some of the blood effects on it were really like straight out of like clip art or something. It was that bad.
Yeah, don't lie. This very shoestring budget, lah, bro. Come on.
If they can do the dinosaur all right, then some of the blood effects, the fact that his wounds just disappeared.
Look at my dinosaur. Look, this grade A, grade 1, grade 1A.
This dinosaur actually looks better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this looks better. Can you
Yeah.
imagine in the middle of a zombie movie that dinosaur comes out? At least
Be like
you'd be
so
like,
cute.
oh, so cute. Look at that
so
butt plug.
cute.
But
What about yourself, Hadis? What's your rating?
I think I would just give it a 1 to respect cast and the crew. Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
cannot. I mean, look, I respect the cast and the crew as well, but I cannot budge
Same
from a
here.
0.1 because I'm sorry. If it was just for the story, I mean, if it's just for the cast alone, yes, I would give it a higher rating. But that story just breaks it down to negative.
Yeah.
Sorry.
If I have to vote for a story, like really, it's 0. For me, it's 0.
Yeah. Aaron?
Sorry, gotta agree with Pratik. 0.5 for me. One of the worst movie I've ever watched in my life.
And finally, the Chief Jantan.
I'm gonna give it a 2 just for I think some parts of the cinematography is pretty good. I mean, it's not bad. And then
the
the
bridge
actors,
scene,
the what?
the bridge scene, the over the top
Oh, not-
bridge
not
scene.
the-
But actually, Harry Potter did kill a dragon by a bridge.
I can't remember
Yeah,
that.
but if you live in the wizarding
there.
world,
I just wanted to point it out. But
No, but the dragon was supposed to be in that film because there are dragons in Hogwarts. Okay, there are no dinosaurs in Malaysia. You understand? How did he create the dinosaur? We don't know.
From China, bro. From
By the
China.
way-
From China. Maybe from China.
Oh, he bought from Lazada, is it?
Maybe,
I
maybe.
know Ali.
He said,
What?
中国人
AliExpress
我要一个，我要一个，我要一个，一个一个一个。
I love the way Calvin pronounced Hogwarts. But it's Hogwarts.
Hogwarts lah.
In Hogwarts.
Hogwarts.
Hogwarts, you know that. Okay, I want to thank everybody here. Hadis the Goddess. A quick one. No, Hadis. What did Levy think of the movie since you're representing her as a best friend?
I think she's having a PTSD as well.
No.
But let me ask her because she said she's gonna keep it for the review, so she didn't tell me.
Okay, we'll give it. We'll wait for you. Just message her now and
Yeah.
see what she says.
A few minutes later.
Ah,
Hey, Levy's here.
all right, Levy. Glad you could join us. We want to know what you thought of the movie since you're the horror person.
It was bad.
What irritated you the most?
The whole flashback thing, like they kept going back and forth. And then that part at the bridge, I don't get why the guy had to come out from the car. Like they could have just keep driving away. And then like he kept going back and forth on the bridge, like driving against the zombies and whatnot. But yeah, and what's with the dinosaur?
Rah.
Yep. We were all thinking it. Apparently the dinosaur is supposed to be Zach. He kept saying he was in the movie, but he's a dinosaur apparently. Sadly so. Thank you, Levy, for that. Thank you
What
very
is
much.
your rating, Levi?
Oh yes.
I just texted Hadis. I was like, is there even a rating for this movie?
Most of us have given sub 1, so 0.5 or 0.2. I gave it a bit higher because I thought some of the actors and actresses did a good job. What about you?
Okay, I'll give it just one.
Ooh, it's quite generous based on everyone else's ratings. Usually you give the lowest of anything, so that is a bit surprising. But thank you very much for that, Levy. I hope you pulled over to the side of the road, right?
I'm in front of my house.
Oh, you're in front of your house. Okay. Walk safe in
Okay.
that case.
Bye-bye.
Bye. And that is perfect for us to sign off as well. So thank you for that, Hadis. Thank you, Grumpy Carvin J, now a pirate. Thank you, Aaron. Damn you, Zach. Thank you, Pratik Naidu. Thank you, Chief Tamtan. And thank you for watching. If you have a recommendation, which is better than Zombitopia, which I can almost guarantee it is, whatever film you write down. make sure-
Bridgerton.
That's a TV show, not a film. Make sure you
well-
leave a comment down below and then get in contact with us as well so we can watch it with you and you can give your take, your review. Could be something you've already watched or are planning to watch. Anyway, this is also Adam signing off from Geektopia Geek Squad. Bye.
Bye.